Hi, I'm Derek Tate, and welcome to the Blind Squirrel Channel. It's Friday, October 4th, and I'm coming to you from the Blind Squirrel Bar in Fairfield, California. I'm going fishing tomorrow, so of course I'm getting ready tonight. So this is my third installment of the Lake Berryessa pregame show. Today I'm going to go over my downrigging setup. So I'm going to show you the equipment I have on my boat, and then I'm going to go over the terminal equipment I'm running on my downrigger. Before we get started, it's been a long week, so let's crack a coldie. First one of the day, always the best. Okay, we're going to give you a rundown of these Scotty downriggers here. So this is what I call the analog downrigger. It has a big handle here for the clutch brake. This is how you release the downrigger ball to go down. And then it has an auto stop here. So when you click that to on, it will retract your downrigger ball and then automatically stop. And I call it analog because it literally has just an analog counter here. So there's really no digital associated with this downrigger. And I have the two rods here. So if you want to go ahead and stagger your lines, you can do that with the two rod holders. That's kind of cool. And then also it telescopes out. In terms of what we've done to this downrigger is we've swapped out the steel cable that comes with it with braided line. I highly recommend this because it eliminates the hum. And so what I did was I swapped out to braid. It's not that hard. And then I just did a simple Palomar knot here to this added feature, which is called the Scotty Sure Stop. So this is a really nice feature, the Scotty Sure Stop, and it allows you to have peace of mind that your ball is going to stop at the right distance when you do the auto up. The other thing I added is this pulley. Pre-drill and screw on this little pulley brake here. And what this allows you to do is save you from reaching over the gunnel to try to get your line, your downrigger line. You actually can just pull it towards the boat, and it's a lot safer. I fish alone a lot, and I was leaning over the gunnel in the wind and the waves, and I actually went to the International Sportsman Show last year, and I hit up Big Nate of Big Nate's Guide Service. I said, Big Nate, how do I set up my downriggers? He sprung into action. He marched me over to the Scotty booth, and we put this setup together. And I'll tell you, it's a lot safer and a lot more efficient with the Sure Stop and the safety from the pulley system. So I'll put the description to those products in the link below. Okay, so that's the downrigging equipment at my boat. Now let's go over the terminal equipment that we're going to send down into the water column. First thing you'll notice is I've got another rubber snubber here. Very important piece of equipment. If you're downrigging, eventually you're going to be dragging the bottom, and eventually you're going to get hung up at some point. So this is going to be a failure point here. This will bust before you tear up your downrigger or rip it off the side of your boat. So I'm running, in this instance, a 10-pound Canon lead weight. I do want to get a 12-pounder. The deeper you go, you'll notice what we call blowback. And the heavier weight is probably recommended for higher currents and deeper depths, and that'll keep your downrigger line a little more straight up and down. So I am going to be buying some 12-pounders, but most of the time I've been running these 10-pounders and they get the job done. Let's talk about a very important piece of equipment here. It's my downrigger release, made in the USA, and this is called a Chamberlain release. Okay? These definitely have a learning curve associated with them, but basically I run this vertical adjustment pretty tight because I like to really load up my downrigging rod. And then I run this horizontal release fairly loose. Sometimes you will have to tighten this down if you're getting a lot of false releases when you're putting your downrigger weight down. And the nice thing about this is you have adjustability, okay? So now I'm able to load up my rod more with this vertical adjustment, which is going to give me more release and set that hook better. And then I'm also able to adjust based on the class of fish that I'm catching, this horizontal adjustment. I can testify with these Chamberlain releases that I've had more success. I've had higher catch rate with these releases, and they're not cheap. I think they're about 30 bucks, but they're worth every penny. So if you're gonna buy them, buy an extra one or two so you always have them around. Before I sign off, I wanna recommend this book, Trolling Truths, from Sepp and Marilyn Hendrickson. So you've heard me talk about California sportsmen on Sacktown Sports, 1140 AM. on Saturday mornings, 6 to 8 a.m. This is the channel you listen to when you're heading out fishing on Saturday mornings. And Sep has been really supporting the channel. He's had me in the studio. He's had me on the radio. And finally one day, you know, I'm sitting here picking his brain constantly. He's like, have you bought my book? And I'm like, book? You know. So anyways, he brings me a book. He signs it. You need to know all the fundamentals. They're all right here. That's fishing. You're always learning, and once in a while, it all comes together and you actually catch. So I'm feeling good. Wish me luck. Let's go.